going back here. Why? Stephen, why? To reduce the friction. These are the areas that we're going to get skin cuts or blisters. So we want to make sure we have a heel and lace pad to protect that area, or give some additional protection to that area. Now, remember I talked about putting on the under wrap? We do a figure 8, we do a heel lock on both sides, cover up the rest of the skin. I'm going to wrap with elastic, with the under wrap overlapping by about half. Okay, closed basket weave. We're going to start out the same way. We're going to put anchor and anchor. Okay, whatever we do, then we're going to do the stirrups or a stirrup. And remember, when we do that, we always want to pull from inside to out. So we'll start on the inside, going across with tape on the heel, fat pad of the heel, and in the arch, and anchor it to the outside. This is where we change the methodology or the application from our long man ankle tape. We have this stirrup strip on now. We're going to go down here to the bottom. We're going to put a horseshoe or one of our fill strips. Then we're going to come back up here, do another stirrup. Come down to another horseshoe. See how we're starting to weave it together. A third stirrup and a horseshoe. And at this point, we can do one more, depending on the size of the ankle or what we want to do. Or we can go from here, say, okay, now we've got the stirrups, so now let's just fill in with our horseshoes or fill down strips. Get to the crease in the foot, and now I'm not going to overlap. Still, it's got kind of a space there, so I'm going to put one more around there to fill it in. Okay, now, so I've woven that together, and we all know that as we weave things together, it makes it a little stronger, gives it more stability. So this gives it more stability. Fill down, and now I'm going to go back to my fill out or my arch strips. And how far out do I want these arch strips to go, Ashley? We'll go out to the crease of the foot, but we want to make sure we cover all the loose ends of the tape that stick out. So I need to put one more on here to cover that. Okay, and then from there, I can do heel locks.
So you wouldn't do a complete figure 8?
And the figure 8 I'll do, well, I could do that before or after either one.
Oh.
Okay. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to even though Andrea's getting this on the camera, I'm going to download a video and show you this technique. Okay. One of the things that you'll see in the video that I'm going to download is when they do the heel lock, they don't tear off the heel lock. Okay. What happens is when you do that. Okay, and I think in the video, if I remember right, they go under the heel first, because as you do that, let's see, I can't even do that anymore since I haven't done it for a while. Let me try it this way, see if I can. There we go. Go over the heel, and then when you come back around, you end up coming under the heel when you don't tear the tape, because it keeps the angle of the tape correct. Okay, closed basket weave. Now let me have the other foot. Pull this one back out of the way. And we're going to modify it even a little more and we're going to call it the open basket weave. Now, when would you use, we just did the closed basket weave to make it stronger, encase it and make it a little stronger. So now we're going to do the open basket weave, and as I'm doing that, what I want you to think about is in what circumstances or on what occasions would we want to do the open basket weave. Okay, so I'm going to start with my anchors at the top. Start with a stirrup. That doesn't change. We put it here. Another stirrup. That's no change. Put a third stirrup. One more horseshoe. Okay, no change from what I've done, what I did last time. Now I'm going to fill it in. But when I fill it in this time, I'm not going to go all the way around the foot and the ankle. When I fill out, I'm going to fill it out that way. Okay, and then I'm going to, like all my tape jobs, I'm going to cover the loose ends. So I'm going to take a piece of tape like this and cover these loose ends a little bit. Tape and cover those loose ends a little bit. Okay, now put on the heel lock. Okay, who sees what I just did? When I did that tape, what did I just do? Samantha, you can sit right here, you can tell me. The entire middle is open up. So now, remember I said I wanted you to think about when you would do something like this? Okay, when do you think you would tape an ankle with the stirrups for support, but I'm leaving it open in the front? Running when?
I don't know. Maybe certain cross-country runners, just because they flex and extend more.
Okay, that may come into play. Look, this is a little bit ahead of where we are now, of the class, so I'll go ahead and tell you. Samantha's been on crutches for 2 weeks because she's had a sprained ankle. Been very swollen, and we've been trying to get the swelling out of her ankle. We're doing a pretty good job of that. Today is the first day that she's going to go back out and start to get active. She's going to start to run. She's going to start to be active. What may happen? Start to swell. And so if there's a possibility that we're going to have new swelling or additional swelling, then we want to leave this open in the front, because what happens as the ankle swells and the tape opens up in the front, we don't have a huge amount of pressure. If we tape it up and close it with the closed basket weave or with the long hand taping, and there's bleeding and swelling in the ankle, and that tape is holding it constricted, what happens inside that tape? Pressure increase, more and more pressure. How does the body react to pressure? How does the body react to pressure on the back of your foot when the shoe is rubbing against the back of your foot? You get a blister. The blister is nothing more than fluid, the body saying, oh, there's a lot of pressure. I'm going to put fluid in the area to spread out that pressure.
Would you still use heel and lace pads on this one, or just heel pad?
You probably just use the heel pad in the back, the lace pad in the back, I mean. But the pressure is there, and the body says, I want to put more fluid. I'm going to put fluid in that area to spread out that pressure. And as it puts fluid in the area to spread out the pressure, there's nowhere for it to spread out, so it causes more pressure. And the body says, I'm going to put fluid in the area to dissipate, to spread out that pressure, so it swells more and more and more. So if we do this and we send her out to return to activity, limited activity, and start getting active again, then if she does have some additional swelling, some new swelling, this will keep it at a minimum. Whereas if we put this ankle taping on her and she went out and returned to activity and had minimal swelling, the minimal swelling would multiply into moderate swelling, and the moderate swelling would multiply into a great deal of swelling. So she's been on crutches for 2 weeks. I'm going to send her out to try and get her active and start returning her to activity. And what I've done is, if I've done this taping, if I've done the long main taping, what I've done is I've sent her out for 1 day of limited activity and back on crutches for a week and a half. Whereas this will allow that swelling, minimal swelling, to occur, and then we can put her in the ice afterwards to control and keep the swelling to a minimum and not deviate from the return to activity plan. Okay, so we're not going to practice these today, but I just wanted to show you those. And again, I'll download the video and I'll put that on our Blackboard shell so that you can see it. But what we are going to practice today.
Let me see that before you end.